Good morning. I'm going to be talking geostorms and light bodies. I'm real excited about it too. As soon as I can find the video. Perfect. I've been having a hard time finding my video in this group for some reason when I do it. Good morning. I'm going to talk space storms and what it's doing to our bodies and humanity. I'm very excited about it too. So last night, I've had this app. It's a disaster prediction app, it's called. And I really was actually just looking for one that would measure like geomagnetic energies or something like that. And of course they don't really have any. I would say this app sucks other than telling you where earthquakes are going off. Like I haven't found an app that's really good at that. Like I can feel the energy and predict it really good. So I was looking for some type of program that I could kind of cross-reference what I'm feeling with. So for the first time that app went off and it was like, you have reached dangerous levels for earthquakes. And I was so excited. Like thrilled. So I said I didn't see how many earthquakes we had yesterday. It's just pretty steady. For the past 2 weeks we've had steady earthquakes. Like we had 50 within a week period. So we've had about 100 earthquakes in the past 2 weeks, but I'm talking over 5.0 major ones. Like Japan just had a real crazy 5.4 last night, and we're seeing all 5.0 above ones. Those are pretty big. 5.0 can create some significant damage. So I've been monitoring space weather for a few years now. I'm very into it. Like I'm into all things space. So we had 20 fireballs last night. And things your news is not reporting on. We had 936 potentially deadly asteroids that could have impacted us. So with this storm, we're going to expect a lot of storm debris, as in space rocks. You know, rocks flying past the planet. I'll break it down for you. There is a hole in the sun's atmosphere. You know, there's holes in the Earth's atmosphere too. So if you live in places like California or the UK, you're probably going to be getting hit with more of these energies too because of the holes in the atmosphere. There's a hole in the sun's atmosphere. Currently there is radioactive solar energy incoming and hitting this planet. For me, I won't really even be able to feel this storm crazy till Sunday. I say that people should be resting up. I'm seeing a lot of ascension symptoms. It might just look like a cold or a flu to you guys, or feeling like you can't move, or you don't feel like working, or feeling more tired. It could be feeling more hungry. I'm going to talk about light body and what this energy is doing to us, and I guess the ascension process a little bit today. I kind of started that yesterday, and I liked that topic. This energy is encoded with codes. Our bodies are very sophisticated. We have this DNA, which is a blueprint. And as these energies are hitting us, they're encoded with galactic codes and light language frequencies. It's hitting us, and it's having different effects on different people. So I have really good questions about it. I was asking, you know, what happens when a person gets flooded with radioactive solar energy? The general answer would be you would get cancer, right? We see an increase in cancer on this planet. So the people that are service of self, this energy is going to be very bad for their DNA. It's going to be making them sick, like as in cancer kind of sick, as in leaving this experience kind of sick. It's going to be rapid aging them too. I especially see it with politicians. A lot of the more prominent people in the news, where I'll see a picture like a month later, I'll see them again and I'll be like, holy fuck, this person looks like they aged like 10 years in a month. So potentially this is like a sci-fi movie, right? The universe is very, very smart in this whole divine plan and knows what it's doing. So we have built-in instructions in our DNA. As this energy is hitting us, it is activating our light body. This is not, ascension is not a one-stop shop where you just open your third eye and that's it. Like people will tell you, you're awake and that's it. It's much more complex. We've been going through this ascension for a while now together. And as these energies are hitting the planet, it is upgrading us on every level. Right now, we have light body upgrades in progress on a planetary level. It's important to remember not everyone is choosing to ascend this life. Ascension's hard. We know this, right? It's about forgiveness, number one. You can't have any karma. How do you resolve karma? Generally through forgiveness of yourself and others. People will get stuck in that victim mentality where they're, they can't forgive people, not understanding it's yourself you need to forgive. These are your past actions and experiences just colliding into the now that we have to clear. So it's having serious effects on our body for us in a positive way. For the people that are doing ascension, it might not feel like it to you guys. I'm going to expect to see a lot of ascension symptoms from now until Thursday. And like I said, people might not even be noticing the energy. We have very unstable energies. They call it geomagnetic disturbances. We have geomagnetic disturbances in pretty much every day, I think, other than Wednesday and Thursday, and then we go right back to it. So we're going to expect this storm to last longer than Thursday. As I keep saying, it's going to probably, have some remnants of that unstable energy until Saturday, actually. So expect this energy to get very intense from now until Saturday. It will pick up intensity. We're going to see very serious things happen because of this. You're going to see more power outages, more electricity being affected. It could be like satellite outages, power outages. It could affect your electronics. It's going to cause extreme weather, like earthquakes. We have an increased risk for earthquakes and things like that. So Gail says, I have the usual people will get afraid. Like I had a couple people say I live in, the kill zones for earthquakes. Don't worry about it. Nothing happens random here. People have so much fear that like they could just have this random earthquake hit them. Or, blow up, or some kind of thing blow up where they live, or whatever it is. Humanity has so much fear. Let go of that. There's nothing been random here. People get served up their karma and their lessons and their experiences that they signed up for. Nothing is going to happen catastrophic with us. Let go of the fear. So I was telling my boyfriend, I see this as what the natives describe as the planet gets shaken. The planet gets shaken. And then we emerge into the new world. So right before the new world, we're go through this period where basically they describe it like the planet getting shaken. Well, we've had so many earthquakes, it might appear that way. It might look like the planet's getting shaken. Just as we're doing this ascension, the earth is purging off lower frequencies. So as this energy is hitting your body, you can expect to feel any old emotions. And I said we saved and stored every emotion we ever felt our whole lives in our stomach, in our body, in our energy field. So any lower energies that are not serving you are going to be purged out. People could be more grumpy or irritable during this space storm or this space weather. Like people could be having more like emotional moments. Level 500s, you could just feel like achy, lethargic. Good morning. So I'm talking space weather. I love how the mainstream news doesn't tell us that we almost got hit with like over 1,000 asteroids last night. And we can expect more. It's going to pick up intensity. I am predicting that Russia, I told my boyfriend this morning, gets hit with an asteroid. This space storm, by the way. I think Russia's about to get hit with one of those rocks. I'm real excited about it. Things the news is not talking about. We know this has happened many times in the past, a lot of times in my lifetime. So you can expect storm debris. That's not necessarily just space rocks. It could be negative entities. So, as this energy is really good for the light workers, but it's not good for the ones that are service to self with spiritual issues and things like that. So we see an increase in like negativity, attacks on Facebook, storm debris we call it. Negative entities surfacing. This is things not serving humanity being released and purged. Often it finds the light workers as healers. Good morning, Bethany. We're talking space weather. I would rest until Sunday. I'm going to do a real feed and work because I'm getting married in like 4 days. So, my work schedule is never set in stone. I'm going to be working. I like to work during the space storm energy. I worked like 10 hours easy yesterday and I was loving it and I'm vibing, but I saw a lot of people that were not feeling good on my Reiki wall and feeling sick and already feeling ascension symptoms. Drink more water. We're going through these waves of energy and we're not having enough time to rest in between. And you guys got to understand that we're doing this ascension very fast track. And there's different ways to ascend. Some of the great masters that a lot of you guys follow and are sharing their quotes and stuff, they would ascend through death. that they would actually have to have a physical death. Look at Jesus, right? He taught ascension through death and leaving the body. Well, we're doing it a little differently. We're going to keep the body and do it living. Like, we're not going to actually die and leave this experience. So what is happening is we're getting upgraded so rapidly that your body doesn't have time to integrate. If you're getting ascension symptoms, it's because you need to rest. The universe will make you. It means that it's going to make you rest. Like, we're moving so much. We're doing prison planning. Some of you guys are parenting, our lives, whatever it is. We're not taking enough time to integrate. And, you know, it might feel like you're not getting a lot done. I always say I feel like I'm getting nothing done for a while now. And that's okay, because I know that my body is changing on a cellular level. And you're losing density fast. That your cells are losing density. That we're nothing but vibrating energy. And when we're at low frequencies, it makes us very dense, right? For me, when I go into dense spaces, I can always tell when I'm changing density because I will feel very heavy. Like, maybe I'll feel more aches and pains. I'll feel very heavy. I won't be able to move around as lightly. Like, it'll feel like you're much more dense if you're in Prison Planet or 3D. When you're, you know, probably left by yourself and you're at your own frequency without other people affecting it, you're probably vibrating much higher and you're going to feel a lot lighter, like you can flow easier, like you can move around more. So we are getting less dense. Your cells are being activated by this energy. So it's sending these little electrical impulses and codes to your cells. They are changing. You are changing on a cellular level from the inside out. We are becoming more multidimensional. So we don't go through just one light body activation. We don't just open our third eye. I always tell you your chakras will continually keep expanding. Your light body, you go through at least 12 upgrades during the ascension process, heavy, hardcore kind of ones. So a lot of people that are having ascension symptoms, you need to know that those correlate with DNA activation and light body activation. So it's always a good thing. I had ascension cold. Ascension cold for like over a week and a half, but I look at that like, okay, great, I'm coughing up all the garbage out of my heart chakra probably. So people tend to look at it real negative. They even go to the doctor and get a flu shot, not understanding that it's the toxins releasing from your body. More water. Put lime in your water. I always say to avoid lemon like the plague because they're a GMO fruit. I mean, it's lime mixed with something. Something made in the lab. I don't know what it's mixed with. So avoid lemon, I always say. People tell you to drink lemon water. I say don't drink lemon water. Put some lime in your water. If you're having ascension symptoms, drink more water. I'm real into fruit water too. You guys know that. Throw some fruit in your water. It'll alkalize it. More turmeric. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Dale. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Gail. I'm making myself work. I already had loud, like, dance music on at 9 a.m. because we're working on this house and it's a disaster. See? It's a disaster. Waking up in pain. Perfect. Pain, aches, that's a real light body activation symptom too. I had very bad chronic pain to the point that any doctor would be horrified when they would look at my x-rays. Like, I remember my sister, I was like almost 22 when I went through a windshield of a car, and it's pretty much impossible. I'm even standing here talking like that crazy. And if you look at x-rays of me, I have titanium plates all the way across me and all the way up my hip. I had like at least 10 surgeries. I have huge screws like that. When they did my surgery, they messed it up. And every time I move, I have a screw like that big going in my hip socket. Like, so I have very bad chronic pain. I was on a lot of medications. I was told that I would have to, from the second I had that accident, I had very serious talks with me like, you are probably going to have to be on pain medicine the rest of your life. You may as well get used to feeling pain because the pills aren't going to really help. Like, seriously, like, if you take pain medicine, then when they wear off, it'll hurt even more. So I was someone that went through a lot of physical pain. They will tell you that usually physical pain relates to emotional pain, too. I started this ascension process. I guess I should say I started this ascension process. And I began to repair my DNA and to activate it. And I had such a focus on that for like so long. I did a lot of intense healing. I don't feel pain ever like that. Like, and I should. Because when you're living in your light body, I had it explained to me, you need to live in your light body. You won't feel pain like that anymore. So in the 3D, in the physical, in the denser vibrations, people feel a lot more pain, aches, whatever it is. A lot of pain is related to metals. Metals affect our nervous system, okay? Which affect your brain. Your nervous system is gonna gauge how you perceive pain. So if you are feeling any kind of pain, I don't care if you were in a car accident and think you should have pain, you shouldn't. So if you can heal this stuff. So my boyfriend has pain in his shoulder, but he has to detox the metals out clearly and it will go away because it's attacking your nervous system and affecting how you feel pain. So we see a lot of physical pain. You should see the statistics with people on opiates, on legal pain medications. So try, if you are feeling like physical pain, detox more. You guys need to detox to be doing this ascension process. If your body is full of metals and GMO food, it's not going to be good for you after a certain point. And like I said, you guys can choose how fast you do this ascension by how much inner work you're doing. But, you know, we're getting hit with certain cosmic energies that are affecting the whole planet. People are shifting all around us. I was seeing this. I see crazy stuff I couldn't even put into words. I'm seeing this crazy, like, collapsing and forming of timelines where people are merging their timelines. And it's really amazing the things that are happening with the timelines right now because of these energies. Healing your chronic pain. You can do it. My job was always to tell the victims, the people that come and say, I have cancer, I'm going to die, I can't heal it. The people who say, no, I have pain forever, you don't understand. And I can say, yes, no, I do, and get with it. You need to heal. like in some regard, it was always like I had these crazy health problems that were, quote, impossible to heal. And so I have people that will come to me and they'll say, you don't understand, I was in a car accident, or I had this happen to me, because so many people have excuses as to why they need to be on the drugs and can't heal. And in whatever regard, it was always so I could be like, no, you really can. Like, swear. Your body isn't working this morning. Rest till Sunday. Now, I didn't get to the best part, our sleep. So, your REM state is going to be seriously affected starting, like, you know, if not Sunday night, Monday night. So, I say rest till Sunday. You're not going to be able to sleep good at all with these energies. So, everyone will be overtired that isn't resting up and spending more time in self-care. The people that are, like, working a lot, not resting, not integrating, they'll probably get more ascension symptoms, and the universe will make you rest, so try to rest more. I mean, you're getting hit with cosmic energy and radiation right now. It's kind of like getting radiation treatment at a hospital. So you probably want to rest. I always describe it like the earth getting chemo. Like as above, so below, right? It's like a human body, the earth. It's almost like the earth is getting radiation like cancer treatment because it's killing off all of the service of self, negative little cells or people. So this energy is taking care of the dark and upgrading the light. I love it. I love hearing the people get off the drugs. Yeah, I try not to drink booze. It's awful. I play around with it sometimes. You guys know, right? I had like 2 glasses of wine the other day. It's always like... I do it to be over dramatic generally with my situation though, just to horrify people if you know me. I try to stay away from alcohol though, because it really cuts you off from your higher self and it can affect your third eye. So I know that I'm one who will play with different altered states of consciousness with chemicals. If you know me, I'm cool with it. But you know, if you're gonna play with alcohol, LSD, I'll give you a list, DMT, any type of prescriptions, any type of, you know, illegal type of drugs too, the whole category, everything but weed, because I don't find that as a drug. It's going to affect your higher self and your connection with the universe in whatever regard. That's why they love to dump drugs everywhere. They love to get people hooked on drugs. You guys should see the overdose and suicide statistics climbing with these energies. It's insane to me because, you know, kids would not just go out and try heroin. They get hooked on their mom's pain pills first. Right? They get hooked on their parents' painkillers or painkillers from their friends. These are Monsanto drugs that are the gateway. They say weed's the gateway. If they didn't have, you know, prescription drugs everywhere, people wouldn't get hooked on the harder drugs. You know that. Yeah. I'm live. My boyfriend keeps trying to pull me into his lessons with his house, and I'm like, non-interference over here. Non-interference. Yeah. be careful, because any type of those things, like, it's almost like with ascension when you're doing like something like shrooms. Okay, we'll talk about shrooms because it's holistic. It's almost like glimpses of your ascension, where sometimes you have, when you're sober and doing this ascension, you're having these really lucid, clear moments, right? Maybe glimpses of your abilities, where you're headed, you know, where you're just like everything on point psychically. Doing shrooms is almost like that. It's like a glimpse, right? But you're gonna be better off doing your downloads sober and meditation, like putting on some binaural beats and trying to induce that kind of trance. It does have negative effects on your body because it floods your, any kind of drug, prescription, shrooms, any type of drug is going to affect the chemicals in your brain. So you're inducing bliss with chemicals. The goal is to induce this bliss naturally. Like, I'm always into like being holistic and natural with everything. So you can induce these states of bliss. If you go ahead and flood, like MDMA and ecstasy is really good for this. If you go ahead and flood your brain with those feel-good hormones like dopamine and serotonin, then you're going to be low in them later. So you go ahead and you do shrooms and you're feeling this bliss and euphoria and you're feeling amazing and whatever, the visuals. And then after, when you come down on them, you're going to crash in your feel-good hormones and you could, you know, hit a low before you balance out energetically. That's why drugs are so bad. They're altering the chemicals in your brain. We need to induce this bliss naturally. Which brings up a good topic. We have a lot of depression in this country. In every country, right? We have a lot of depression. If you look at anxiety and depression medicine, it's probably the two most prescribed psychotropic drug categories. Well, I feel like people kind of are falling off the path with love a lot of the time around us. Some of these people have the narcissist relationship. They might not even have any relationship. It's been scientifically proven that if you have a mother and a newborn baby, that it produces chemicals from cuddling, from touching that baby, that it will produce those feel-good hormones that you need. Cuddling, right? Cuddling, love. That can help you produce those euphoric states and bliss probably better than any drug. Yeah, so you can produce this naturally. If you cuddle with someone, it'll probably flood your brain with oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. I didn't like the DMT because I had to try it once because, you know, I do DMT activations and the universe was trying to show me all about it, right? So I did have to try it. I was really disappointed because I've had the real DMT flood my brain like real crazy. So I'm already kind of on a permanent induced DMT state, like now, like from dying and coming back, like it changed the chemicals in my brain. So I was really disappointed. It was nothing like natural DMT. I was expecting like a natural DMT high, which would be like, that's what your soul produces, your chemicals in your brain produce to help your soul cross over. It's like a bridge. You can't synthesize God particles. They can't make them in a lab, so it's different, right? These are synthetic. Any kind of synthetic drug is really bad for you. That's the problem with opiates and stuff like that. They're synthetic. So you want to stick to holistic things. Like, I'm all for the shrooms. I'll probably do them after I get married, I said to the amends. So I'm for natural type of things like that, but you should be using them in a very shamanic way. You should probably, you know, have a really good intent of whatever you want to see or know about before you do it, whatever you're trying to do on them. I find them very healing. I find that when I do shrooms, it can bring up things that I wouldn't even think of that may need to be healed, that the universe will show me like memories or things that I should probably look at again. So they're very healing. They have a lot of, I went to college and had to learn about a lot of drugs too, and substances, especially the prescribed thing. So when I was in college learning about it, they had a lot of medical benefits for these things, the things that they're suppressing clearly. So they have been used in a lot of clinical trials to treat depression and things like that. So try to stay away from synthetic things. You know, it's just like life. When you do psychedelics, it's going to show you what's already there, what's underneath, right? It's kind of like the universe. This is a projection of our subconscious mind. So we're real aware of what's in our consciousness. We're not always as aware of where you're at. So, you know, they have a lot of research to show if someone's schizophrenic or having spiritual problems, they should really stay away from psychedelics because it could be too much, too crazy. So, you know, I'm at a good place in consciousness where I'm already in that state of bliss and achieving it more and more. So I'm all for using these things, but in a very shamanic kind of way.
For fuck's sake! Jesus!
We're doing construction. It's crazy here.
Fuck's sake!
Yep, the storm's always early here. You can feel the energy's real calm out here. I always say it's terrifying when it's at this state because it's so calm, but you can tell it's just gonna rip through the planet like on extreme levels. It won't peak until like Sunday, Monday anyway, so we probably won't feel it much till then, but you can just feel the energy like building building up and ready to tear this planet up. I'm real excited about it. Well, you are the shaman, hopefully, at this point, too, right? A lot of people will tell you, like with the ayahuasca, that you have to go do it with this shaman. And I'm not for that. I believe in shamanic journeying on my own. I believe in spending time alone in shamanic journeying anyway. I've been on the ultimate shamanic journey here anyway. So, the elite do not want you near anything like weed, mushrooms, anything that could help expand your consciousness. These are consciousness expanding tools, kind of like the crystals and the tarot cards or the Reiki symbols. They're tools. They're like training wheels. They will help you connect better. In whatever regard, they hate these things. They do. Whenever they say something is bad for you around here, I usually think it's good for you. Take our vaccines. They're so good for you. Weed is bad. Any other questions while I wrap this up? Try to let go of the things that are hindering your progress. So for me, booze isn't a problem because I'm not really drinking ever. If you're a heavy drinker, it would be something blocking your path. It would be detrimental to you. Same with weed, that, you know, I'm using it in a healing capacity, but some people could be using it as a drug and trying to get high or escape reality. Just try to ditch the things that are bad for you. Like if it's bad for you. Can I talk about manifesting? Yes, this is the perfect energy to manifest. That's why I'm working today. I have a lot to manifest before next week. It's a good energy to actually work in. My boyfriend's working too. He's not happy. But it's a good time to get things done. So if you have like, not through Sunday, but if like Monday through Thursday you have errands to do, grocery shopping, work, I would crush your work. I would use it to get things done because, like I said, that energy will peak then. So I will be resting till like Sunday. Monday I will get real focused on manifesting. Our intent is everything around here. We need to remember too, I put up a nice light language real quick on this topic because it ties in with manifesting. I put up this nice article about how some of us hold those codes that are crucial to this awakening. Like that's what I do for a job. I send in coded energy that helps activate people. Or recodes people's DNA, whatever. So my intent is going to be powerful in that. The best thing I did was step outside the Reiki box that no one could ever shove me in. No one could ever fit me in because I had my awakening and I got into all types of energy healing and I did not find a box that I fit in with my gifts and my abilities. And the best thing I did was kind of step out of that box because I felt it was kind of like imprisoning me. So, you know, our intent is powerful. We can encode energy any way that we want. That goes for our manifesting too. It's very important to remember that in our DNA, we hold the pattern for anything in creation. Anything ever created here. In our DNA, we hold the patterns for all of creation. So, you know, I'm downloading on this topic this morning. And that goes for manifesting. We're trying to create things, right, that we probably think are impossible any given day. You hold the codes of all of creation. That means that you can manifest anything that you want here. Like, on very powerful levels. We're basically like God, if you want to call it that, God, consciousness, got bored, right? And decides to build this place and have the ultimate human experience through us. That's why we have amnesia. It wouldn't be any fun for us if we remembered who we were exactly, that consciousness energy that could just do all of this. But it's okay, because it's a gradual reveal of who we are. So this energy is hitting us. It's recoding our DNA. And eventually we're going to be having godlike experiences in the Matrix when we get back to more of who we are. And we're going to learn how to manifest powerfully. So people are like, I can't create this. You hold the codes in your DNA for anything ever created ever in this Matrix. Any experience that anyone ever had That's why we have such a connection that I doubt people even can realize at this point. So manifesting, your intent. I like to put out good vibes for what I want. I felt like my manifesting's kind of blocked lately, so I'm working really hard on manifesting too. This is the right energy that we need to do this too. It's like the magic ingredient, right? Just add a space storm and it will take whatever we're doing up a few levels. Make lists. Make grids. Grids are powerful. When I make the grids, I'm real lazy. I don't feel like it a lot of the time. When I make the grids, they're very powerful in manifesting. The crystals will help you. They're like little receivers between the higher dimensions for you. Use crystals, make lists, put your intent out. The new moon is when we should put out our manifestations, and they will materialize to us the new moon. So people are like putting out manifesting vibes for one day and they're like, it's not working, and they stop. You have to just continually keep putting the vibrations out for what you want. The law of attraction is real. It's how we manifest the people we learn with too. Whatever frequencies we're putting out, we get matched up with other people to learn with. So for me, I was putting out vibrations, and my boyfriend probably was too, and we had similar vibrations we were putting out, so we got matched up to learn together. So when we're putting out negative vibrations, like I don't want the narcissist again, that's what you'll get, the narcissist. When you say you don't want something, you'll get it. You're putting out vibrations for it, whether you realize it or not. I don't want to see this. So people are putting out these fear vibrations and manifesting it. There's no one here but you. You're putting out these powerful vibrations with every thought you have, every word you speak, just vibrating all day long into this continuum, and it's going to come back to you in whatever regard. Nothing is working for you. It's okay. We're doing good with our ascension, whether people realize it or not. Like I said, this is a really hard process. Help with grids. Google it. Google and see if they have books. They probably have 1 million on Amazon. They have a lot of good grid designs if you Google crystal grid patterns on Google. I like to print them out and make them. I'm going to get off of here because I'm going to do a real video. But I will be doing cards. I'm sending really good vibes. Drink a ton of water too. Like, you guys need to stay hydrated. We're getting hit with radioactive energy. Like, it's like a movie. It is mutating our DNA. Like superheroes. So, drink a lot of water. We don't realize we're energetic beings and we mostly run on water. Everyone's real concerned about food. We need more water, purer water. Drink a lot of distilled water. Drink a ton of water the next few days. It'll save you from getting ascension flu in the next few weeks if you drink more water. So some of the people that probably have ascension flu now, they probably weren't drinking enough water. So our bodies can't handle the energy. It's like energy overload, and it starts like shutting down our functioning. Make sure you're drinking more water. It's the best way that you can handle this energy, and it's hitting every person on this planet, whether they're aware of it or not. The ones that are consciously aware are going to have a much easier time understanding what's happening, understanding the energies and how to deal with them.